Hey, I got something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain, but hitting bottom is the only way to change. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling, you keep bluffing. You've got nothing, I'll keep hustling. I've seen a lot of people who don't know what work is. I've seen a lot of people who don't know what thirst is. I've had a taste of evil and tried to cure the sickness, but I just keep my head down and focus on the facts. I'm setting down gravel while you just follow the path. I'll lead them into battle while you're just too scared to act. I'll leave the knife right in my back. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling.
So what are you waiting for? Subscribe. I'll see you on the other side. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Six Figures. What's going on? Yeah, I'm here. So I'm gonna start it off. We're gonna start it off with a little spoken word. The bomb. Wait, what? I'm sorry. She's where? Ooh. She was just doing earlier. Oh my goodness. Oops. See, today was supposed to be a stress-free day. All right, let me read this poem and then we're going to get into that. Okay, this is entitled The Bomb. As the journey begins and you take off on a flight to who knows where, a silence fills the chamber. A subtle breeze here through the stagnant air. A journey you've taken 100 times. This one different than before. The Ponderosa. I don't know what is wrong with me. There's a frog in my throat. Okay, here we go. The ponderous 100 kiloton, the dream of one sick fool, the size, the girth, the massive power would make any general drool. It falls away into the night on a mission with just one charge: to eradicate, to disseminate all its might on any target at large. It hits with all its magnitude, destroying with skill and ease. It rages a fury and searing heat, melting any target you please. Then just when you thought it was over, the world has taken all it could get, you roll over and look at that bitch and say, baby, you want a cigarette? That was by Ghetto Girl Blue, aka Jessica Holter, founder of the Punani Poets. Hey, Terry. And speaking of Jessica, y'all, so she dropped into my comments today on my Facebook page. And I told her that I want to talk to her about coming on to Getting Verbal in the Den. So we're gonna work that out, y'all, because yeah. As I have said, if you have never seen the Punani Poets, look them up on YouTube. There's a few of their stuff on here. I think they do have a channel, but they're about to go on tour again this summer because, you know, the world is open back up. So I'm trying to get her on here. So she lives in the ATL now. She used to live on the west side. She it's from Oakland. And but she's in Atlanta. And I think her son is the same age as my son. But she used to, I think she's still the B in LGBTQ. I think she's still the B. You know, when I first met her, she was bi, but I believe she's probably more of the L now. Because I think she got married again, and this time to a woman. So I don't know. Yeah, I think they got married because they were engaged the last time I talked to her. So yeah, but that would be so exciting to get Jessica to come on here, y'all. She knows how to lace some poetic. I'm telling you. She is a serious spoken word artist. Serious. But what the hell happened? There was a poet long ago who was on Apollo. Yeah. They've had a few poets on there. I mean, y'all know I love, my Soro, Nikki Giovanni. I love Maya. I told you guys about Wanda Robertson. She no longer goes by the name of Wanda Robertson. But she did some great spoken word back in the 70s. But they disenchanted her, so she stopped doing her spoken word, and she now gave herself an African name now, and I believe she's a professor of literature. Yeah. But what the hell is going on? So Tracy is in jail. Oh my, OMG. Now see, if you were on my other broadcast, you know that on Not So Random Chat, I was talking about people talking about children. And Tracy was one of the people I was talking about because she posted a picture of Rat Chick, because that's her new name, Ratchet Chick. Ratchet Chick, from Chicago's Child. Yeah. So someone was offended that I was calling her Chicago Chick. So, because they got family from there, and they don't even want her to be associated with where their family is from. So we're just gonna call her Ratchet Chick. But nonetheless, it was still wrong to put her kid up. But I don't know, because Dee Dee has been trying to get her arrested. Maybe Dee Dee got her arrested. I don't know. Maybe Deirdre did. I don't know. Because Deirdre was the only person I know that was calling the police on her. Deirdre is the only one. Oh, a guy pressed charges against her. Goosey? Not Goosey. Not Goosey. Goosey's in California. And I know Jay Wilson is down there in the same city as her, but I don't think he wouldn't do that. Yeah, after all the stuff that happened to him, he wouldn't do that. Child, see, that's what I'm talking about. These people are going into real life. These people are going into the real effing life. That's right. I'm on the non-monetized channel. They're going into people's real fucking lives. Like, damn. See, I have never gone to jail. I don't have a mugshot. Knock on wood, knock on wood. I'm almost 60. That would not be, that would just not be a good look at this point. At this point, if I ain't gone to jail for nothing at this point, then I need to stay my ass out of jail. Wow, they already had it out before the person who did it. So now I wonder, because if it's a Friday night, are they gonna keep her in jail all weekend, or does she get to pay, or does she get to bail out tomorrow morning, or is she like in there for a couple of hours? That's just crazy. New Mexico. Oh, New Mexico. Oh, See? Oh. And since she's been talking about filing, she's one of the ones who was talking about going after Goosey. It's a couple of people who've been saying they were going to file charges on Goosey. Wow. For what, I don't know. Well, yeah, he's been cyber stalking a couple of he's been cyber stalking Peace Love, and she's sick of it. You think the weekend? That's what I'm saying. I'm wondering, is she gonna be gone for the weekend? Ooh. Ooh, child. That's a lot. That's a lot. She gonna come back cussing. She gonna come back cussing folk out. But see, I don't know if that's karma, because I'm not the only one who had an issue with her putting that child up on her community tab. I'm not the only one who had an issue with that. And I said, what did I say to y'all in my other program? I said that God's gonna protect the children, and that something like that, you might get some recompense for messing with kids. And then, wow. Okay, well, let me drink something other than my vegan water now. Let me pour me a glass of wine. Let me pour me a glass of wine for this. Oh my goodness. Terry, Goosey went by another name before Goosey. Goosey is his new name. I think he was Nightcrawler before. Yeah, I think it was Nightcrawler before. He's a young dude, but he has been on this freaking platform since he was a kid. He's one of those. And he's a troll. But he he had a different name before. I think it was Nightcrawler. But yeah, it's a lot going on. I mean, I know somebody else was up on the platform brandishing a weapon. They were on here brandishing a weapon. But hell, nothing happened to old folks when he came on here brandishing a weapon. So I don't, nothing happens to them when they're brandishing weapons. They may restrict their videos or private the video, but yeah, because now YouTube is on. They're on something. They're snatching people's videos and forcing them to private so that nobody can see them, which in essence snatches your views. They're saying it's a glitch, but I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's being done purposefully. I think that people are getting their comeuppance. I'm telling you, it's a Mercury retrograde out there again. Damn. You know, when you're not a regular visitor to jail, going to jail in your 50s is not fun. On a Friday night in Texas. Mm. Yeah, she might be gone for the weekend. You know. Hopefully she has enough money in her bank account to bail herself out, though. But I'm sorry. Y'all can't be stop bringing children into this stuff. It's just plain wrong. Plain wrong. Y'all, the people have lost their kids because of mess y'all doing on here. Yeah. See, with V. Lenore and everything, they kind of forced her hand. My only thing with her is that, okay, your truth is out here now. So if I were you, I would not jump on the bandwagon with Ratchet Chick from Chicago and be calling Cookie Trookie, because you are not in a position to be calling anybody anything, because you are currently on probation. That's my only thing with her. And then she acted like she didn't understand why Cookie was mad. That was Cookie's only issue. I know most of them don't believe in the retrograde, but guess what? They're experiencing it. They're experiencing it. They don't understand. See, we understand. Every time there's a retrograde, Black sector goes up in smoke. Because this stuff going on all over. I mean, all this stuff going on behind the death of Kevin Samuels. Like, it's now popping up that this man had a fucking wife at the time of his death. He was still married because this cheap ass, didn't get a divorce. Yeah, that part. Didn't take care of his business. And all these people around him dancing on that man's grave. I'm not going to dance on his grave. I figure that he's probably not in a good place right now. I don't, he's probably not in the good place. So it doesn't make any sense to dance on his grave if he's already suffering wherever he is. Yeah. But all of this stuff going on during the Mercury retrograde, and Riri had her baby. She had a little baby boy. So now she has a bull for a child. She's going. I'm just wondering how that's going to work for her. I wonder how that's. At least her child's not a Gemini, though. Yes, Terry, there are women who are still celebrating that man's demise. I mean, because every day something new pops up in regards to him. The latest is that he was still married to his second wife at the time of his divorce, apparently. Yeah, that part. Because they had started a divorce, but it was never completed. There's nowhere can you find record that they actually got a divorce. The divorce records are out there for his first marriage, but you can't find it for the second one. You can only find that one was filed for, and then they stopped the act, which sounds like the man was still married. So that means him and his second wife is an actress in Hollywood. His second wife is an actress. Which probably explains the Vivica Fox comments, because she probably knows her. Now, I'm not saying all Black people know each other, but in Hollywood, most of them do know each other, even if it's just in passing. Yeah, so maybe he was just separated, legally separated from his wife all them years. They just never got a divorce because nobody can find that divorce paper. And that again gives these women, it gives all these Black women another reason to dance on this man's grave, because that means that all that stuff that he was saying was a bunch of bullshit. Because in the end, he was still married to the Black woman. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that part. So, which means that she is going to get everything. And she's running the show, and that nobody can do nothing because he was still married. His mama ain't got a leg to stand on. And yeah, his daughter would not outrank the wife either. So I guess we have to see what's going to happen, now at this point. But it's looking like the man was still married at the time of his death, which is probably why we're not hearing a whole bunch of stuff, because all the people who are doing the talking, they don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. Not a daggone thing. And that memorial that they had, I don't even know how to feel about it, because the whole thing just seemed to be pre-planned and everything, because as far as we know, his body is still in the Fulton County morgue. As far as we know. Just saying. Nobody knows. Nothing. But what we do know is that Kevin was not a six-figure man. He was just coming into some money, and it appears that he probably put all of the money in an LLC, and so he didn't have the money. His LLC had the money. So now they got to, that's why they only found $1,000 in his bank account because it's in business bank account, I guess. Hmm. Hey, Couture. Let me fix you, girl. But we shall see, but I don't know how many of you guys, watched The Masked Singer, but Tiana Taylor won The Masked Singer. Now I knew it was her the whole freaking time. I don't know how the judges didn't know it was her because I know her voice. And it was interesting what she said, in regards to that, because she's about to go on her, last tour. She's basically retired from music. And I think her going on that show was to prove a point, because everything that she had done, no matter, what in regards to her voice before this, they really sexualized Tiana Taylor. It was all about the fact that, she's beautiful, she's dance a certain way and she can do certain things. And I think that she went on this show to prove a point. To herself and to the industry. I think the point she was trying to prove, she was trying to prove that her voice, was where it's at. She's multi-talented. I mean, but I'm like, but it was so funny because they didn't know it was her until the very last one. But to be fair, they did the competition this year different than they normally do. They like split them into these different groups this year. And so they didn't compete the way that they would normally, everybody compete against everybody. They had A, B, and C, but it was, they just did it different. And, but I'm glad she won. Because she has a beautiful voice. I mean, the girl can sing. And it's funny because her husband won Dancing with the Stars a few months ago. And I think they're on the May issue of Ebony as well. Yeah. But I thought that was really cool. And I mean, we all know, like, they have similar rumors around their marital situation to the Will and Jada situation. But I don't think they have an open marriage. I don't think they do. But now, what do you guys think about the fact that Jada was with Chris? And that's the reason that Will went up there and slapped the shit out of him. Bitch slapped him. I'm sorry. Right now, I'm feeling that Jada is trash. I'm feeling that she's trash because, bitch, you giving your pussy to everybody. Like what? No, but apparently Jada had sex with Chris in the past, and that's what that is what made that the bitch slap happen. It didn't have shit to do with her alopecia. We thought it was about alopecia. I'm just saying. Apparently, she's admitted that she did sleep with him. So, Jada is trash. She passing her pussy around, y'all. Like, the fuck? What is wrong with this woman? I'm like, what is yeah, I mean, I've been Team Will and Jada. I've been Team Will and Jada, because it's their situation. But come on now, girl. August and Chris and Lord knows who else. Now, I'm not saying that Will wasn't out there doing whatever he was doing, but Jada, there's a double standard, girl. You cannot be out there giving your pussy away like candy. Because you will be considered a hoe, which is what everybody's thinking you are right now. It did, Terry. It did. It happened while they've been married. Yes. Yes. That part. It happened while they've been married. Yep. Because before Will, Jada was with Grant Hill and she wanted to be with Tupac. But yeah. Shame on her. But it probably happened. Damn. I don't even want to think about when it happened. Because, like, I'm thinking, because Chris was cheating on, he was cheating on his wife before it got to the point of them getting a divorce. He already said that. So it could have happened at any time. It could have happened at any time. So, again, Chris had that comment. You know, So, as these new revelations are coming out in regards to the situation, I wonder how many people are still on Chris's side. Anybody? Anybody still on Chris' side? Okay, because remember y'all was saying, well, Will didn't do that to August, and August slept with his wife. Well, guess what? We now find out that Chris slept with his wife too. Hello. So yeah. So I would say whatever happened between Chris and Jada happened before the all white Oscars that Chris was the host of before, that the black actors, Black Hollywood boycotted that. So whatever happened between them happened before that. Yep. Because think about it. Think about how comfortable he was making that joke about Jada at that Oscars. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm just giving y'all the whole, something to think about. So, Jada girl, I cannot even stick up for you right now. You're just trash right now. And you're treating your pussy like it's trash. Yeah, that part. Like, damn it, girl. So look, I'm just thinking, okay, so going after the younger dude, that was to get some young dick. But Chris is older. So what was that? What was that? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure that out. Did you do that to fuck with Will? I have to think that she slept with Chris to fuck with Will. Am I the only one who thinks that? Will have performance issues. I don't even know. But if he had performance issues, there was nothing wrong with his tongue, nothing wrong with his mouth. I'm just saying. If a man is, he can. I'm just saying. There are other ways to make a woman come that don't involve the pain. So, you'd have been done after he wrote it. Yeah. Oh, he wrote about that he had performance issues. Oh wow. Again, there was nothing wrong with his tongue. Nothing wrong with his mouth. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And what was going on with him? Why wasn't he able to get it up? He doesn't have high blood pressure. He's not diabetic. I'm just wondering what was his issue? Because usually, a lot of the ED issues that men have are medical. A lot of them they're related to medications that they're taking, like, if they're taking certain medications for high blood pressure and for diabetes, mess with the performance, and they end up with ED. And then, in those situations, they can't necessarily take the blue pill because the blue pill might not react well with the other medications that they're on. See? That's one of the things that, we women have to, consider as we get older, as the men get older, that's some of the issues that some of them have. That's not my ministry. Let me just say that's not my ministry. That's not my ministry. It's not my ministry. Not my ministry to deal with that. You must be able to get it up. I cannot deal with the broken pin. I'm sorry. I can't do that. Yeah. He is a high value man. I don't understand. And see, here's the thing. See, the problem is he loves her more than she loves him. Now, that's the way it's supposed to be. That's what most of us girls learn. We were all told to be with the man who loves you more than you love him. Yeah. It would be nice to get somebody, or at least y'all are equal. You don't want to be in a situation where you love them more than they love you. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we're normally told. But he wanted her. It wasn't the other way around. And from what we understand, their marital situation is what she wants. She didn't even want it. She didn't want a traditional marriage. So I don't know. What I know, even though it's not right, is that men have a harder time getting over infidelity, than women do. It's crazy, isn't it? But in their mind, that's their pussy. See, yeah. And you let somebody else have it, and then of course, if you are giving them head, they're going to assume that if you were with that other person, you gave them head too. Let's just be real about it. This is an adult conversation. That's the way and I guess you know they can't handle the pictures in their mind any more than you can handle the pictures in your head as a female. But because usually guys, if the woman cheats on the dude, he ain't forgiven. He's out of there. He's done. But they have an agreement. Again, they got this agreement. But damn, why would she cheat with people that her husband knows? I mean, or I'm sorry, why would she have these other encounters with men that her husband knows? Because it's not cheating since they have an open relationship. It's not cheating. So, but I'm like, and Chris and Will know each other very well. Jeez. And I think Jada did a movie with Chris, but it was one of those voiceovers, one of the animated ones. They both did voices. Maybe that's when it happened back then, when they did that movie together. I'm just being messy. I have no idea when it happened, but I'm sure. But in my head, I'm feeling like it happened before August. Alcina. I'm thinking that it happened before that. That's what I'm thinking. Jada, you a messy ass bitch. Let me just say, Be More and the DMV do not act the same. I didn't told y'all that on my other channel. I told y'all that Be More folk in the beef sector, they are not representative. They are not representative of the DMV. They're like 50 miles away. Y'all Baltimore folk are wild as hell, though. I'm gonna put this up. This is her Baltimore ways. This is her. This is her. Because I told you guys on my other channel. I think I told y'all this. Okay, so one of my son's godfathers, he's got two, but one of his godfathers works in the movie industry. Does lighting and stuff on movies, and has done lighting on movies and stuff for years and years. And as a matter of fact, has worked on multiple movies with Jada. And I remember back in the day, before she married Will, that she appeared to go both ways. It was rumored that she went both ways. My son's godfather told me that that's what it looked like on set when she was doing, what was that? She did a horror movie. I don't know if it was one of the Friday 13th movies. I think it was one of the Friday the 13th. It was some kind of horror movie that she did. And she was like the central character. Yeah. So he was a lighting person on that, a key grip, that's what they're called. Yeah, he said that, because I remember back then, at the time, it was at the time of the movie, it was at the time of the movie. He was saying, he's like, I think she is into women. He was telling us this. And mind you, at that point in time, she lived in the same part of the valley that I live in. And I would see her driving her powder blue Mercedes Benz all the freaking time. She lived like in North Hollywood or something. But yeah, back in the day, that was the rumors in regards to Jada before she married Will. So, and I mean, y'all have to think the way that Will and Jada's relationship is. You see how their kids are. I believe their daughter is into polyamory, that kind of stuff, and I'm really not sure what's up with Jaden. I'm not sure. Something, but their whole relationship is just, it's an interesting type of marriage. I do not know if all of this stuff is going to they're going to survive it. Because see, here's the thing. We all know that Will is doing his shit. Will is out here doing his shit, was doing his shit. We know that he was doing stuff. But the difference is he was out here with some random no-namers, okay? Karens or whatever. But you, Jada, are fucking your way around Black Hollywood. Like, girl, what you doing? Because now we have to wonder. Well, damn, who else did she sleep with? Who else has this woman been with? What other celebrity did she go hop on? Because that's what it's looking like, It's like you're a doorknob and anybody can get a turn, girl. Really disappointing. Exactly, 6 figures. But Will is not accepting that. Will is not accepting that, okay? He is not accepting that from his son. He refuses to accept it. He's, I mean, that's just like, I think a lot of us were surprised that, Magic Johnson didn't go ballistics behind EJ. But I think with Magic, I don't think it's like, he's like, jumping up and down, carrying a rainbow. But I think it's more with him. He just wants his son to be happy. And whatever but the wild thing is that even though EJ is, into his lifestyle, he has that same type of charismatic personality that his father has. You know? Let's see. Oh yes, 6 degrees of separation. That was a really good movie. That movie actually, that movie actually showed me that Will Smith could act. That was the movie that showed that Will Smith was a good actor. You know, because we do. I mean, if nothing else, we don't know about Will is that he's pretty straight. I'm like, wait, you know, I mean, even when they was trying to say that him and Dwayne, nobody was buying that stuff. Nobody was buying that about him and Dwayne Martin. Mm-mm. Nobody was buying that. You know, but it's crazy because the sad thing is that it's hard. It's hard for Black men to have to try to have like these real close brotherhoods with men, with other Black men, without people assuming that there's something in that's not, you know, that it's not a strictly heterosexual experience. It's always assumed that it must be something else going on, you know. And sorry to tell you, there are men who are that that are extremely close to their friends that, you know, they're friends. They're like brothers. It's not, there's nothing, you know, sexual about it. You know, but a lot of times that's where people want to take it. Yeah, that was another thing. See, the Smiths took care of their took care of their, you know, they had money, and that was part of the thing. They were he did some investments and he loaned some money because, you know, Dwayne Martin's thing is real estate and stuff. So yeah, it was a money thing. But you know, I in their divorce and stuff, there was a whole lot of stuff going on in that. That whole situation, how their marriage ended, it was really sad because it looked like, you know, Dwayne was trying to hide money and he was just trying to do some shady shit, you know. Yeah. And their oldest child, Zen, who they named their restaurant after, is on the autism spectrum. But um, similar to, you know, Tony Braxton, well, similar to Tony Braxton in a certain way, they kind of act like their son doesn't have autism anymore, even though he does. So, you know, Diesel still has autism. Tony Braxton's son just it happens to be high functioning, and thank God, you know, his mama, you know, can do what she, you know, does what she does, and his autism actually has allowed him to be like a great model because models in modeling, you have to keep your face expressionless a lot of times, and it's very easy for people on the spectrum to do that, because a lot of times they don't have any idea what the expression is supposed to look like in the first place. They just imitate what you're doing. So that's why modeling is easy for him. He can give them the faces that they need, because basically they don't need you to give them a whole bunch of facial expressions. Yeah, at least for the guys. A lot of people think that 45's son is too. However, they would, he was really, they were very private about his son, but I think that boy is on the spectrum too. I think he's high functioning, but I think he's on the spectrum. Yep, I think he's on the spectrum. That's what my belief is. But I also, because I noticed how protective the wife was of him. And and the fact that when they first went into the White House, they did not take their son out of the school that he was in New York right away. Yeah. But I always got the feeling that he kind of, because the eye contact thing. That's what I thought. So I know I've been on here for over an hour. I did release Solo Tu. It is out there. I will tell you guys that poem was written for my man. At the end of the poem, I say that it was written for him in Spanish, and I say his name. But I didn't dox him because I only said his first name. So y'all know his name, but you don't know my name. So anyway, I am going to end this with another poem. Well, Terry, you know my name. And it's really no big deal. It's just, I'll just tell you, it's a whole bunch of people with my first name on the platform. It's a very common name in the islands. Yeah, so it's an island name, and an old-fashioned name too. Okay, so let me find. I'm looking for the poem that I was trying to give you guys last week that I didn't get to read. So we're gonna stop. We're gonna finish off this with this. This is entitled "A Pair of Stockings." Standing in the mirror, she says, "It's just a job that pays the bills. I'm serving up thrills of love on a hot red platter, and nothing even matters at all, except getting my paper on. Brother got 9 inches of attitude without the aptitude to comprehend. He needs to spend his creamy excretions in the condom that I supply. $5 won't buy you much more than a look, and $10 would barely get an inch in. Now, a dove could get you the pretense of love, but 50 bucks will give you a good hard fuck. She twisted her tattered red slip and tried to pull her stockings up. A red pair she squandered 75 cents from her laundry money to buy. She kept them under the clawfoot tub, rolled and tucked in the shoe. Her man should never find. If she could get the $50 from her husband, she'd buy some decent groceries. Milk wasn't powder, cheese that was already sliced, meat that didn't come in a can, maybe steak, maybe salad in a bag, cut and cleaned already, so she could have the time to dress. With $50, she could do all that and buy another pair of stockings, a pair that weren't run up, a pair that was not saturated with dirt and sweat, that they crunched in the toes when she folded the holy pair under, a pair that didn't have to be friddled and folded under and all. She heard his car pull up and wondered how long she'd been the hooker. This time, she threw on her bathrobe, feeling her heartbeat quicken, and wondered as she kicked off the sheets, peeled out of the stockings, listened to the run. Where do hookers go to buy their pantyhose? That is by Jean Therese, which is a pseudonym for my girl, my friend, Jessica Halter, aka Ghetto Girl Blue. And I'm gonna get out of here, you guys. I will see you guys in these YouTube streets because we all need to go find out what the hell. Tracy went to jail? Jeez. Oh, all right, y'all. I will see you guys over the weekend, and then I'll see y'all next week here. And if you have not gone and listened to Solo 2, please go listen to Solo 2. I did close caption it, so hopefully by now the words are under it because it is in Spanish, and the words under it are in Spanish. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But one of these days, maybe next week, I will give you guys the translation because there is a translation. I mean, I wrote it in both English and in Spanish, but it sounds so much better in Spanish. So I'll see you guys. Everybody have a safe night. Have a great weekend in these YouTube streets. Have a great weekend at home in real life. And It's one love. I'll see you guys out. Peace, you guys. Bye.